Welcome to Relog.
Not relog.
Wow. You got like
Captain's
500 of these.
Captain's log.
Yeah. Supplemental.
All right, here we go.
It's all supplemental.
5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to Revlog, where we need to get started because I don't know where these two guys are going.
It's you.
It's me.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Welcome,
That's
Pastor
right.
Bryan. So good to be with you,
Stop it.
Pastor Aaron.
Our table is unsettled. I'm trying to hold it
table
down
is
here.
wobbly today. Let's get to the end of Proverbs.
Yeah.
So we've come to the end of our study
That's
in
right.
Proverbs. Aaron, how have you?
No more Proverbs.
Have you felt through this series? What have you taken away?
Well, Proverbs is I think a tough book to study in general. I mean,
It is.
because there are many chapters where there are 30 proverbs in there, and you can unpack every one of them. And
Right.
there are some chapters that have many verses that kind of talk about the same thing, but there is so much to unpack. There's so much to.
It can be all over the map.
Yeah, and I mean, all of these things are good. Proverbs are made to be these pithy, wise statements that you can kind of tuck away, but for us to be able to study and it's a challenge. I mean, always good to encounter these things and really to think about where Solomon is in all of this. Because right before we study Ecclesiastes and then Song of Solomon, we get the gamut with Solomon of his emotion, of his own life journey, and so it's an incredible. It's worthy.
Yeah,
it has been worthy.
It has been. It's been a good study. Bryan, what have you taken away from this study?
It's good.
All right, let's move on.
It's great. I was trying to keep it brief, but it is great. There are some things that are most of it is very pithy, especially after chapter 10, and some things are very memorable. I think of like a cool drink of water is good news from a foreign land, or my favorite, actually one of my favorites, probably my favorite one, is even in laughter, the heart may ache. So love that. And I just think it maps the course of the human spirit very well.
Yeah.
Because it is wisdom that comes from the one who created the human spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it's very temporal, earthy.
Yeah,
it is.
It is available and necessary for today.
It's well suited to the here and now.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not the hereafter, just the hereafter, but the here and now.
Yeah, that's
as
right.
well.
So this week we come to the final verses, and it is a larger section,
right?
But it is in particular of a woman who loves the Lord. And so help us get started here, Aaron, in these final verses. What do you make of these final verses?
Well, it's hard not to be flippant here. It's coming from a man with 700 wives. I mean, you'd think that this is the guy who's speaking with authority here.
And the 300 concubines.
Right. But it's
a lot of drama.
Honestly, though, you read this description of this woman, and holy cow, she's a busy woman.
She's a composite of the 700.
Something like that. But I mean, you look at it. I mean, she's got business savvy. Mm-hmm. She's helping the poor. She's taking care of her household. There's just so much. But when you think of in the practical sense, how much better my life has been made because of my spouse. Because that when you find the one that is made for you, the one that partner for life, that you just, all of those things are made better because you have found the one that God has made for you. I mean, not all of us are made for marriage. I mean, but just Solomon sets out this partnership that when it's together, it's just an incredible. Just all things are better. I'm just better because of April.
Yeah.
I mean,
Amen.
I'd probably be in jail or something. I mean, who knows? But just to, when I look at my finances, when I look at just household accounting, or just how she just refines me in all ways, I can look back on these things and whether she's buying land and planting a vineyard or something.
And she would probably bail you out if you were in jail.
Probably.
That's in part 2.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think that that's what Solomon is saying there. Not necessarily that she has to have business acumen or has to have this incredible resume. It's just the fact that this partnership just makes all things about you better.
Yeah,
and
it does. It strengthens us and builds us up as the Lord intended us. Bryan, what do you make of this final section?
It's not uncommon for perhaps a man, maybe even a married man, probably especially a married man, to look at this and say, "Tell me more about the sitting at the city gates." I like that.
Yeah, because he sits at the gates and she's buying the vineyard.
Right, exactly. But I think this is certainly something that women could look at and have looked at this and come away not unlike some people come away from social media and go, "I'm nothing. I am horrible." But I think the presentation of this it's somewhat idyllic. I don't know that anybody could ever hit on all of these cylinders with ease and aplomb, but I don't think that's the point. I think in among that is the admonition or the implicit call to her spouse to say, give her the praise that is due.
Yeah.
There is nobody, man or woman, who can act like this with an unending supply of energy without the security of a connection of people that they're made to be connected with. And friends,
the care
or family.
Of the spouse enables these kinds of things.
That's absolutely right. I mean, at its best, that a marriage, that partnership is a secure place for them to be able to soothe one another, to call forth the best from one another, and to provide a space for that person to say, "I am tired. Right. I am sad." The person can take in the other person's distress, and if this woman has that which she needs from him, that kind of thing is more nearly possible.
Yeah, I think sometimes when we see pictures like this or read descriptions like this, we do think of it as perfection or near perfection, and that it must have come easy. But what we know is that it never comes easy, and there was growth and setback and struggle to get to whatever was accomplished.
Well, absolutely. And consider the preceding chapters largely written to kind of a male-centered view there, although we can extrapolate to both sexes. But this is a hard lesson for all of these other chapters, and if the man is being introspective and honest and vulnerable, like these previous chapters are, then his partner, his wife, could be more nearly apt to be this kind of person.
I really love how we're approaching this, that we're looking at this idyllic picture of a woman, but what is understood, should be understood, is this partnership that allows her to be this. It's not the sitting at the gates going... Right. It's the support. It's there for her to have a place to fall, for her or him. I mean, this is a two-way street, and to look at it that in order for my spouse to thrive, I have to be that place for her to support, and she for me. It's
absolutely.
It's an incredible picture.
If 1 through 30 are really getting in and doing their work, chapters 1 through 30, then 31 is more nearly possible.
Yeah.
I think.
Amen. Aaron, what question do you have of the text?
I mean, am I allowing my spouse that space? And April, I'm not sure I'm wanting her to comment on this.
Send email.
April, comment below.
But I mean, it's
or dislike.
So easy
love.
for us to, like you said, to put up this ideal. But the truth is, am I creating that space for her to allow her to be the woman that God has called her to be?
Right.
Amen. Bryan, what's your question of the text?
Does she just descend from the heavens fully formed like this, or does she arise out of this partnership?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my question.
Amen. And we would love to hear your thoughts on these final verses of Proverbs if you would comment below.